Good afternoon and welcome to the Chartreuse Leprechaun for a real quick look at a sea base in Subnautica Below Zero. Their big release is due in about 2 weeks. No, about a week actually. So I've kind of been goofing around in it, finding my way through, and I thought I'd show off a little bit. So let's take a look inside. You got a really good soundtrack for this, and as you go through this, the speakers are actually directional. When you're near a speaker, it will be louder. As you drift to one side, you'll get lower on one side than the other. It's kind of nice. And we have directionals. Directly ahead is fabrication. We'll come on in here and take a look. We've got our water filtration, a bunch of storage, all of our manufacturing stuff, some more storage. And out this end, we have the control room where we can status everything in the base. Yeah, 95% power status. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. Getting back to our main hallway here, we can go to the right. And we get over here, there's an exit. And we have our moon pool, currently unoccupied because all my stuff is outside. But that's okay. And we come over here, we have a reactor, we have a habitat. Stuck a nuclear reactor in here to power the whole thing. Yeah, we're doing good. Okay. Haven't done anything to dress this up, but you know, I have a problem dressing up a room with a nuclear reactor in it. I mean, you know, you think it's going to be sparse and everything, right? Okay, and then we have the habitat. And in the habit we have an pardon me, alien containment. Yeah, we've got all kinds of fish in there for our food supply, and they reproduce apparently, so I will never run out. We've got a few plants growing around. We've got a grow bed. Come down here, it's kind of neat. You can do all kinds of things in here. You can put up posters and walls. There's actually a vending machine that will give you stuff to eat. You can store food in a fridge. You can get water from a sink. You can even cook. Kind of nice. They have posters you can put up. Come on, there we go. You can create a bedroom. It's a nice little comfy bed. I got that a little too far away from the wall, didn't I? Huh, how about that? With shelves and everything else, there's even a bathroom with a shower and a toilet and a sink. And, oh, I forgot to finish that, didn't I? Yeah, I don't have any titanium on me. No worries. So, yeah, just kind of a quick tour. And you can even turn off the jukebox. You have total control. How's that for fun? So anyway, that's a quick look at a sea base that I've put together in Subnautica, prepping up for the release and just kind of goofing around in the game waiting for the full release. Hope you enjoyed it. And maybe we'll take a look at this hopefully soon. But in the meantime, thanks for stopping by, visiting us here at the Chartreuse Leprechaun. We really appreciate your time. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think, what you'd like to see, game ideas. We'll take just about any feedback you want to give. And check out our merch page. And set yourself up for notifications and subscriptions so you don't miss anything around here. And with that, I'll let you go. You have yourselves a great day, a great week. And we will see you here next time on the Chartreuse Leprechaun. Bye-bye. Well, as you can tell, it's time for that monthly channel, technical, personal, whatnot update. I apologize, my voice is a little hoarse. Some sinus drainage, spring in Texas, gotta love it. Yay, happiness. Got a few things going on. I hope you enjoyed that little video of Subnautica gameplay and that started this off. That's due to be released in, I think, a week. But we got some stuff going on here, so let's dive into it. We'll start with channel news. We're still kind of rocking along best we can despite all the medical setbacks. We'll get to that in a little bit. At the moment, I will simply say I'm still doing my best to deal with the gut punch of task-specific dystonia. I can barely say that. If you don't know what that is, it's a nerve condition that causes basically random movement in your hands, your fingers, various places. Musicians, writers, some athletes get it. It's nasty and it's not recoverable usually, which is a bad thing. If you want more information on that, the previous personal video that we did from we're in May, so in April, I went a lot deeper into it. Check out that video and you'll get some more information. Anyway, to keep myself on track, I've created this little Excel spreadsheet to track what I need to do and where I am in terms of progress. Now, this is the page for April, obviously. All nicely completed. The board is green. Yay, green. Green is good. It's pretty straightforward. I'm not going to show you the page for May because that would give away a few things around here, like what series are planned in the future, what random games we're going to be doing on Saturdays, stuff like that. You'll just have to stay tuned and see what happens. Oh, speaking of future stuff, I made that little Mr. Prepper teaser video 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever that was. So clearly we'll be doing some Mr. Prepper content at some point. And then, of course, there's that little Subnautica teaser video that was on the front end of this one. So we'll the full version of that. That releases on May 15th. That's just a week. Ooh, cool. So anyway, I use that for a lead-in for today's video. The full version, version 1.0 of Subnautica Below Zero, is due to release on the 15th. So I've been playing around on the side on that, so I'll be ready for that. Yes, I know when that will happen. Later. It will happen later. Just like Mr. Prepper. Later. You see, the problem is we can only do 2 series. Well, technically 3, since Random Game Saturday is basically a series. I would love to do more series content. It annoys me that I can't. I'm just not able to put the time into the content creation. Part of that is brain related, part of that is hand, arm, nerve related. I just can't produce and edit more than what I'm already doing, and frankly, even that's a stretch. But you know, even if I could hire a video editor to do all that for me, I would still be limited on how much content I could actually do. But regardless of all of that, please leave comments what you would like to see me do. What games would you like to see me create for? Because the entire list of what I have access to on Steam is in the description below. Yeah, please let me know anything on there, or if you've got something else that you have in mind. There are some multiplayer games in there. Please do not suggest those. The brain is still not there. Too much, too fast. The brain gets overwhelmed and doesn't process well. I'm still hoping AimLab will help with that. Oh, I'm so glad I found that game. Consistent focus training may be the key to strengthening my brain and getting it to rewire from the damage. Yes, by the way, your brains do rewire after strokes, concussions, things like that. Your brain tries to push either around or through the damaged areas, and sometimes it's successful, sometimes it's not, but yeah. But there's no telling if that's going to happen. You know, it has been 10 years since the stroke. We'll just have to wait and see how that works out. AimLab videos are still only once a month. That's why it's part of the random game playlist. You know, I may have to segment that out to its own list. Again, we'll have to wait and see, because there's a whole lot of scenarios in there that I haven't even touched, but I want to. We'll see. We'll see. And speaking of random games, Saturdays will continue to be around 30 minutes of gameplay in just random games. The free-to-play list on Steam, various games that I have access to on Steam, random games. As I said, the entire list of games I have access to, as I've said repeatedly, the list of games I have access to in Steam is linked in the description below, so check it out. If you have any suggestions for games not on that list, pass them on. Being on disability, my ability to purchase new games is extremely limited, but I will certainly take a look at suggestions and do what I can. Speaking of disability and buying things, I've been meaning to talk about the slow decline of audio quality for a couple of months now. And a couple of days ago, I finally figured out what's been causing it. It's the cheap USB microphone I have, but not for the reasons you might think. For those that don't know, when I started this whole thing, I bought a cheap USB condenser mic on Amazon, and then I had to wait a few months until I got a graphics card that would run OBS and let me use the microphone for that. I set the presets in OBS, and it was great for a while. And to be fair, it was still low quality sound. I know it, but it could be adjusted to sound okay. But somewhere around the start of our Fallout 4 series, I had to adjust the presets every video. Every one. And lately, I couldn't adjust the sound quality differences anymore. Fully adjusted, it sounded like a really bad headset mic. Well, I'm thinking I bought a cheap microphone. No surprise, I got a cheap microphone. So I am, by the way, saving for a new microphone. I want to get better, and I want the good stuff, the Elgato Wave, some Audio Technica, HyperX, all that fun stuff. My wife wants me to go cheap microphone again for obvious financial reasons, but I just don't see the point in replacing the microphone every 5 to 7 months because the cheap microphone gives out. Well, turns out there was another issue in play. When I bought the microphone, the listing on Amazon said no phantom power was required. Turns out that was wrong. When I finally got around to leaving a review, I found a lot of reviews calling them out for that. It must have phantom power. So I bought a new phantom power supply, and you're listening to that same microphone right now. Yeah, I mean, I've adjusted the sound and everything else, but my goodness, it's not bad again. So, we still need some quality stuff around here. A real microphone, a 2-channel mixing board, a few lights, some other stuff, but at least for now we've resolved some of our sound issues. I'll just have to dial in and set all the presets and adjustments again. Had them right where I liked them to. But back to the subject of gameplay. Friday's videos will continue to be about an hour long. The actual goal is to be under an hour, but I'm not that good at editing yet, so sometimes yes, sometimes no. Yeah, whether that's our current series of Fallout 4 or a future series, the time length of about an hour is the goal. And it seems to be what works for Friday videos. The series in terms of covering the material. About an hour is where they tend to work out. So other series like Besiege, 20 to 30 minutes works great. But others, like on Monday, the Besiege series that we're doing right now, other series like Stranded Deep, well, they're roughly 45 minutes to an hour. So it's kind of dependent on what's going to cover what gets us to a good stopping point, I guess is really what I want to say. And in case you've ever wondered, that's kind of how I decide how long the videos are going to be. And it's not always easy to determine that stopping point. And clearly I miss a lot of opportunities. But hey, on the bright side, I am learning. Now, I mentioned the medical stuff earlier and promised an update. Well, it's good news and bad news. The bad news first. Because I was having so much pain and couldn't sleep consistently, and the sleep I did get was really fragmented, and the nerve problems are starting to cause breathing problems. Like when I relax, my body just forgets to breathe sometimes. It's terrifying to just wake up in full panic mode because your body won't breathe. Your brain is telling it to breathe, you are consciously telling yourself to breathe, and nothing moves. It doesn't last long, but it's terrifying. I hope none of you ever go through something like that. But with all that, my blood pressure was not off the charts, but bad. I'm talking like 150 over 90 and higher. I had to get the blood pressure down before they would approve me for surgery, and I get it, I really do, but it's kind of insane. I mean, we know what causes the high blood pressure, but we can't take care of the problem causing the high blood pressure until we take care of the high blood pressure. But the thing causing the high blood pressure still isn't dealt with, and it's just like so much circular logic. You know what I mean? It's just nuts. But all that said, medications were changed. I'm on a stronger pain med now, not narcotic, although had they given them to me, I would gladly have taken them. I know I can wean myself off of them. I've done it several times over my life, unfortunately. But the blood pressure is now down in the normal range. Everything else is pretty much where it was. So the good news is they approved surgery. It's currently on the books for June 8, 2021, fusion of C5-6 and C6-7 with plates and screws. Sadly, the numbness in the fingers, well, it may not resolve. Long-term nerve damage just works that way. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. I had back surgery in 2003, and the nerve for that was pinched for about a year. They did the surgery. Nothing after that surgery nothing from before the surgery bothered me after the surgery, except I still had numbness down the outside of the left leg and in the outside of the left foot. Other than that, it was fine. So I know what I'm getting into. Long-term nerve damage usually only partially resolves, and we have no idea if that's going to do anything for the dystonia or not. Again, long-term nerve damage may be the cause of that too. There's a lot we don't know. But I'll tell you what, if this resolves the pain and the muscle spasms, I'm calling it a win. A big win. And that means that I have just under a month to get a short series together for our Leprechaun story segment on Wednesdays. They tell me it's going to be 6 weeks of minimal bending, twisting, and so on. Then I get to start rehab. Yay, rehab. I get a personal terrorist. And anyway, that's got me thinking I need to create a series of, say, 4 to 6 episodes. Something. Let me know your ideas. Check the game list. Make suggestions of your own. I'll see what I can do. And as always, your prayers are coveted and appreciated. And with that, I'm going to let you go. I want to thank you for your time today. Your time is valuable. You chose to spend it with us here at the Chartreuse Leprechaun, and we really are grateful. We'd love to hear from you. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you like, what you think, what you want to see. Game. I got to stop doing that. Damn it. Sorry about that. Game ideas. Again, check the list of Steam games available. Send your suggestions. We'll take whatever feedback you want to give us because we want to get better, and that takes input from you. Also, please subscribe. Set yourself up for notifications so you don't miss anything around here. Check out our merch page, also linked in the description below. And with that, I will let you go. But always, always, always remember, if you see it and you can't quite explain it, you can be sure the Leprechaun did it. Now you have yourselves a great day, a great week, and we will see you here next time on the Chartreuse Leprechaun. Bye-bye.